It's LA Guns right here on your classic metal show with Wasted. I think Pete was a little.
I'm here.
I think Pete was a little wasted. Don't you think, Chris?
You think?
Just a little bit.
Right.
So Pete Wells of Benedictum just calling in. He wanted to just be a part of the show tonight for, I don't know, shits and giggles.
Yep, just for the fun. Just being on. Dude, now that's a guy we got to get to the studio.
I know, seriously. I mean, I've never met Pete personally, but he sounds like a fun dude to hang out with.
We need him in either your studio. Wouldn't it be great if we got him in my studio and him and I just got high as fuck on the air? How fun. Dude, I could invite Randy over.
Oh, Randy would dig it.
That's what I'm saying.
Randy would be just so into it. It's just like, oh, dude, you got your band and you.
Dude, what about this? Me, Pete, Randy, and Kurt. Remember when Kurt came on the show? He got all obliterated high too.
Right.
And Kurt had all the devices to smoke pot fucking with precision. He had some kind of a fucking thing that had like a little straw in it and had a battery in it. And
well, I don't know about so much, Kurt. I mean, I'm sure it'd be pretty funny.
Sure.
But since I know Randy pretty well,
yeah,
Randy would be just so enamored with Pete.
Oh, I know.
He would just like, oh, dude, you got their band, and you got 4 albums, and you got, you're signed, and
you're living the dream, man.
I've been trying to do that so long with Wicked Heart. Now Randy Trask and the Buds, and
man, what am I doing wrong, man? Because everything you guys are doing is good, and I'm right there with you, man, with the Buds.
I could just see it.
Randy.
He would just love that.
Randy and the Buds.
Right.
That is such a hilarious thought. Dude, I have to go see a Randy and the Buds show.
Right.
If he would play within 100 miles of me, I swear I would go.
Well, he did play at Geneva.
That's like 100 miles. Isn't it?
Well, it's from you, it's about 60 at least.
Yeah. How am I going to get home?
Seriously.
I mean, shit, dude. Fucking stay there till 2 o'clock and then drive 60 miles?
Right.
There's no chance of that.
Right. Well, speaking of wasted.
Yeah.
Ralph Saenz.
Oh, yeah.
When I first met Ralph, he was in LA Guns, which, that's where I got that track from, is they were playing out at Midwest Fireworks out in Deerfield, Ohio. It was like out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And that was my first remote broadcast for WSTB.
Okay.
I was the first one who ever did a remote broadcast for WSTB.
Sure.
And I orchestrated the whole thing, and LA Guns was out on the road, and they had reformed with Ralph Saenz as the lead vocal, and that's the first time I met Tracy, and I got to know Ralph and everybody, and this was back in 1998.
Right.
And me and Ralph, we just had like this instant friendship connection. It was like we knew each other forever.
Okay.
And we got got along really well. And the next night after that, they played up at the Cove at Geneva on the Lake.
Okay.
For me, driving from Akron, because that's where I lived, it was close to 80 miles up there.
Yeah, it is a haul.
Yeah, so I went up there and hung out, and Ralph gave me the Wasted EP.
Okay.
It wasn't even printed yet. It wasn't even out, but he had it, and he says, like, here, dude, I want you to have this.
Sure.
I want you to play it on your show and all this and that, and we exchange information, keep keep in touch and everything, and that's how I got to know Ralph, 15 years ago.
Sure.
And we're still friends today.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was a Sunday night. They were playing at the Cove, and, there was like, I don't know, 25, 30 people there total.
Right.
And I was there, and after the show, I hung out with Tracy and Ralph and, Steve Riley. And at the time, they had a guy by the name of Johnny Cripp playing bass.
Right.
And they had a tour bus, and I was hanging out with them, and it was getting late. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm not a drinker. I don't party, and I don't smoke or whatever. But, you know, I'm pretty responsible. I go to work every day. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, dude, I gotta go because I gotta go to work in the morning. And he's just like, dude, you know, it's just a phone call and 2 aspirins. He's just like, why do you gotta go? It's just a phone call and 2 aspirins is what he said. I was just like, dude, I gotta go. I gotta go to work in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's how I met Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph's good people, man.
I like Ralph. Ralph's a good dude.
Did you see the new video for Party Like It's Like Tomorrow's the End of the World?
No, I actually haven't.
It might be the one time YouTube's just going to let a lot of nudity be on it because there's all kinds of naked tits in that video.
Is that right?
Oh, my God. I mean, it's like a porn.
Wow.
And it's all nudity. I mean, it's not like angled shots where they're not shot. I mean, it's just straight up tits.
Wow.
All over there. I've just got to think that nobody's reported it.
So when is the new Steel Panther release due out?
I believe end of November.
Okay. So I know Ralph has been wanting to come back on the show. Because you saw them at the, what was that thing called?
What was that?
Rock on the Range?
Rock on the Range, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I want to come back on the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, me and Ralph, like I said, I've known Ralph for 13 years.
Sure.
And so it's been a long time. And I went out to L.A. In fact, I hooked up Nader in London, open up for Steel Panther a few years ago.
Right.
And I was out at the Roxy. No, actually, it was the Whiskey, actually. It was the Whiskey, and threw CMS shirts and bumper stickers and shit out to the crowd.
Right.
So that was kind of cool for me because it's like a legendary place.
Sure.
So I went out there and did that.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know what my biggest question is with Ralph on the show now? Does he come on as Ralph or Michael Starr? Does he do gimmick or not with us?
I think he does the gimmick.
You think he'll do the gimmick with us?
Yeah, because he's Michael Starr of Steel Panther.
Panther?
Yeah.
He might. I don't know. I don't know how that'll play.
But regardless, you know, Ralph's always welcome on the show. I like that guy. I mean, he's just a really friendly guy, and he's very talented, and I like his vocal style, and he parlayed a gimmick into something very successful for the last 10 years.
I know. It's crazy.
So
and you're a big fan of it, aren't you? You like the Steel Panther.
Absolutely. I think those guys are funny, and like I said, I've emceed the show for them, you know, and got Nader in London hooked up with them and open. Here's a funny story.
All right.
I called Ralph and I said, you know Nader, and he says, oh yeah, Nader and me go way back. We were, get this, we were altar boys at the same church.
Yeah, those two seem the part.
How funny is that? He said we were altar boys.
That's funny.
And he says, yeah, I know Nader. And I'm just like, well, you know, he's looking for a gig and he wants to get hooked up, and he wants London to open up, you know, for you guys because they had a standing gig at the Key Club.
Right.
And it's just like, is there any chance in getting them on the bill? And he was just like, yeah, I can, you know, ask the, I don't know, the club owner or the promoter. I can do that. And we exchange numbers and everything. And he hooked Nader up and got him to open up. And I flew out to LA, and, you know, I kind of opened the show and emceed the thing and threw out shirts and, you know, just swag out to the audience and stuff. And it was cool.
I know. It is cool, man. It's just, you know, and what's funny is, you know, I'm not a fan of the CDs, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I don't know, it's too gimmicky for me, I guess. But now that I've seen the show, I like it a lot more.
Sure.
You know, you have to see them live to get what they do.
Sure.
I mean, the songs, yeah, okay, stripper girl, got it, or, you know, big boobs or whatever, you know. All right, it's funny first time you hear it. But once you see the show and see them do it, it really adds to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, in a way, it's sort of like the CMS because it has its fan base and people are participatory. Is that the word?
Yeah.
It's participatory.
Sure.
And they get to be a part of the show somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those guys are just showmen, and it's just fun and just silly and just it's an experience, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely, now that I've seen him, I want to see him again. So, you know, and that's odd for me because I really was not a fan.
Right.
I, mean, I like Ralph and I like Russ. You know, and that's his name, Russ
Parrish. Yeah, he was in Halford.
Yeah, and he was in wasn't he also in Roth's band when they did the Sam and Dave tour?
No, that was
Wasn't that him?
That was the guitarist from Atomic Punks.
Okay.
He took that guy's place.
Okay.
I can't think of his name though, right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But Russ Parrish though, he was in Halford's band.
Right. Sure.
He was in Fight he was in Fight, I believe.
I just hope he wasn't on that fucking shitbag Made of Metal.
No.
Let's hope not.
No, he was doing the whole Steel Panther thing at that time.
And nobody wants to be associated with that except Bart.
Except Jim.
Except Jim and fucking a lawnmower company, John Deere.
Right.
The mower.
Sure. Well, what was this YouTube thing you sent me?
That's something, if you want to go with something cold and try it, we can go with cold. That came straight from Mr. E. He said, please review.
Okay.
I know nothing else other than that.
Well, this thing is called Why the Japanese Shouldn't Sing Death Metal.
Apparently the guy's name is K-E-I Kunihiro.
Okay.
Kunihiro is the singer from Inverted in Darkness.
Okay. So he's trying to sing death metal?
Apparently so.
Okay.
I have not heard this at all.
All right. So is this like hand job?
I don't know. I haven't heard. I literally, I'm looking at it right now. It says, review this great vocalist, please, and the link.
Okay. All right. Well, this is called Why the Japanese Shouldn't Sing Death Metal.
All right.
All right. Let's check this out.
I like him. The guy's got some real spunk going on there.
Lots of bass there.
A lot of energy in this guy's performance.
Sounds like Sling Blade or something. Sling Blade sings death metal.
Nice.
Carl from Sling Blade.
Mr. Scary, still better than Shadow Life. Got to agree there.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm liking him. I like that over, under, over part.
The one thing about death metal,
yeah,
is these guys really don't have to exert themselves too much when they do this, because the mic is like the gain on the mic is turned up extremely high,
right?
And all they have to do is go.
This guy still doesn't do it well,
right?
This guy is terrible. Over, under, over, yeah.
Hail and Kill Caller, you're on the air.
I don't even call this death metal.
What would you call it?
I mean, listen to it. I mean, he's kind of gurgling a little bit in that sort of a death metal voice, but the music sounds like the Cars.
You think that sounds like the Cars?
I'm with him on this. I don't think it's death metal either.
No, it don't sound like death metal at all. I mean, what the fuck is this bullshit? They're not death metal, but they're Japanese. I mean, if you want a Japanese guy doing extreme metal, listen to the band Psy.
You
Psy?
S-I-G-H, as in
fucking Gangnam Style.
That guy?
I guess.
Gangnam Style.
That's the guy. That's Psy.
Yeah, that's Psy.
That's Psy?
Yeah.
Man, he's not Japanese. He's Korean.
I thought they were Japanese. Fuck.
Get your gooks straight, buddy.
I don't know. Some kind of fucking seaweed-eating bastard.
Seaweed. Nice.
Or are you thinking of Chthonic? Chthonic.
Who?
Oh, okay. Okay.
CHTONIC, that band?
Yeah, however the fuck you say it. Hey, here's a way to get your band in the mainstream. Make their name unpronounceable.
Right, that always works.
Yeah, to the average bear.
Unless you're IKEA furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a fucking baseball player. No. Nagasaki. Sakapuki.
Are you being racist?
No, not at all. I am simply speaking on the marketability of certain brand trademarks.
And what is the brand? Slope International?
No, sir. I have not smoked weed in 6 months.
Fukushima brand?
Yes, sir. Fukushima and Fuji and
Samsung and LG.
Sony?
Shiitake.
Shiitake. Oh my god.
I sound worse than Pete.
Right. And Pete was clearly wasted.
No.
Good Lord. The last several minutes of the Pete interview, it sounded like you couldn't wait to get off the phone with him.
Right.
No, Pete. Kind of like now.
He wanted to call in.
That's all I got anyway, so fuck you, pal.
There he goes. All right. Here we go.
He came into this world as a muppet. Look into these eyes, you see that they are googly. Big bird in his nest, and Oscar in his can. Ernie is a guy that lives with another man. Hey, Kermit's on the scene. You know, it ain't easy being green, but I did it.
Sounds exactly the same.
It's the Cookie Monster rap.
Exactly.
You want to hear more, or do you want to hear more of your
I
guy?
want to hear. I can't tell the difference between the two.
All right, I'll play some of mine. You play some of yours. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go.
No, for the cookie, the cookie, the cookie, and me can take a cookie and stick it in my yum, stick it in my yum, stick it in my yum. Did it take so long? Why did me wait so long to give me cookie? Me got me cookie in my fur. It is blue, make me purr. Me so hungry, does Elmo have me cookie?
guy acts like he's just tired of this. You know what I mean? He's just like tired of it. It's like, all right, when does this end?
That was good. All right, Chipper, that's not very nice. This band sounds almost as good as Jeff Tate's Queensryche. Now, that's not very nice at all to my man Jeff Tate.
Right.
I would appreciate some respect for Jeff Tate, please. Jeez.
Yeah, this guy just sounds just tired. It's like, all right, when does the song end already?
It's like karaoke where you just don't know most of the words, but you don't realize it till you get going.
Right.
So you just make up shit.
Notice the bass and the drum line doesn't change at all.
Because it's on a keyboard.
I know. It's just like one consistent, just, it's the same all the way through.
Play a little more of that.
Okay.
Over and over, I wash my hand. Over and over, and over. I am innocent.
I think I've heard the same beat before. Let's try this.
That's exactly it.
Same?
Exactly the same. What is that?
That's my man Ed's band, Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a song called Dark Side.
Wow.
Look at me pulling something really obscure.
Yeah, there's no difference between the two.
Total match. Who stole from who?
Right.
Did Ashes to Ashes steal from this guy, or did this guy steal from Ashes to Ashes?
Really? Well, this was 2009.
Wow. Oh, this is an old Ashes to Ashes song. It's like 2004 or something.
All right. Well, I would say that this plagiarized that.
Fucking Japs. Fucking stealing from our American bands.
Right.